Japhis Doswell. We are Team Juxtopia Imhotep from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Team Juxtopia Imhotep is comprised 100% of students. Most of the students are from the city, Baltimore City, Maryland. The students' age ranges from middle school, high school, as well as college age youth. Currently, we have 5 students. The advantages of having a student team is that one, they're hungry. They really want to do something that's very innovative, think outside the box. The pure innovation, eagerness, and propensity to learn is there. The disadvantage is that they do not have the experience as a seasoned professional. The work with Google and the X Prize Challenge has definitely influenced our work with Juxtopia Imhotep. There can be crossover technology between the X Prize competition to the following on track for the challenge, specifically in the sensing technologies. Matter of fact, our 16-year-old, the youngest student on the X Prize team, came up with her own spectrometer design to be integrated into the robot and identify water concerns. My mother's an educator, my father's a social worker, I'm an only child, so they put a lot into the engineer person that's talking to you today. Had a great experience growing up. I was exposed to so many things because I think contributed to my intellectual, social ability, and providing that same experience for other youth that otherwise have had that in their own family, I think is a contribution that all of us should think about making, especially creating the next generation of youth that should be better than the previous generation.
Welcome back to another episode of Teen Scene. I'm Abby, and here we have a lovely panel of teens to talk about some issues in their life. Why don't you girls introduce yourself?
I'm Aaliyah. I'm Taryn. And I'm Chocho.
Okay, Emilia, you want to go first?
Say what we're talking.
And now we're going to talk about some troubles teens have in their lives. Emilia?
Well, one big problem is social media, well, mainly with Snapchat now because they have the location app to find where each other live.
Chocho?
I think one big problem is probably just the phone itself because it causes procrastination and much more things that are not necessarily needed, and it prevents us from getting things done, like homework and everything.
All right, and Taryn, what are some problems in your life?
I personally think when you're in school, some kids will unnecessarily start problems for no reason. So it's mainly bullying. And I feel that people that get bullied should be able to address themselves more carefully, basically.
Definitely. And since we got on the topic of bullying, I want to ask each and every one of you your opinion on it, how you feel we can make a difference or something.
Well, you can always go to your teacher or the counselor or mainly the principal because the principal can basically solve everything because he's the one that does the discipline.
Taryn?
I feel like if you have police guards in your school, those are one of the main people that you can go to because they will sit you down, or like she said, a counselor. They will sit you down and both of y'all can talk about it.
Chocho?
I think that the biggest problem in bullying is the bully itself, and also the way to help them is to give more attention to them because they're probably attention seeking, and also they are probably just people who don't realize what they're doing. So I think it's better to educate everybody about bullying more and let them experience it themselves, I guess. Not like in a mean way, but experience it, and then they would truly understand, and I think it would be useful.
Very good. Now we're going to address texting and driving. I don't know if any of you drive yet, but you still need to be prepared. So what are your opinions on it?
Well, I don't think they should have their phone out in the first place. They should at least put it away or it be in the back seat so it won't distract them at all.
I personally feel like texting and driving is like extremely dangerous. So my thing is, like she said, put it somewhere safe where you're not texting. So you should always be paying attention to the road so you don't cause an accident or something.
I think I agree with both of them. Texting is very dangerous, but also I think it's like the little ping sound when you hear when a text message come in. That is what causes everyone to be curious and look at their phones. So they can put it on airplane mode. They don't have to necessarily turn it off. They just have to make the sounds not be there, so then you would silent it. So then you wouldn't hear anything and
Focus on the road.
yeah.
I think texting and driving is a big no-no because you could be looking at the road 1 minute and look down at your phone and another car just comes out of nowhere and hits you. Your life will be over in a minute. Bullying, I don't think is right at all because there are some kids in school who don't have as many friends, and then there's also cliques, like when you have athletes, drama, something like that, and then they just automatically get picked on because they're smaller, they don't have as many friends. So I think, like the girl said, you could go to a counselor, your teacher, hopefully your parents would help, anybody in charge really, just put a stop to it. Okay, well, we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere.
Please put your hands together and welcome Delaney to the stage.
Ideas about doing something, maybe a fashion designer, producer, writer, anything like that?
I'll probably be a fashion designer once my modeling career is probably over, because that would be a great thing to help people what to wear, have my clothing walk down the runway. It's really fun.
Same with me, probably a fashion designer, because from my Barbizon experience, they teach you how to dress formal, aware, and stuff like that. And as she said, people to walk down the runway with my clothes on will make me a lot of money, probably.
I would be likely to be a writer, because you get to create your own scenes, you get to make up this world like with characters, and you get to know each character personally, and it's just like an incredible feeling that you know you've created something, like just something like a movie, like a book. It's just amazing. I would love to enjoy that.
Definitely.
And how about your opinion?
For me, I think that I would probably be either a writer or a fashion designer as well, because you can make up your own world, like she said. You could actually combine them together too, where you write and then there's a fashion designer in it that's about you, so you can really do anything. Alright, well, let's go back and take another look at what's been happening with Barbizon.
You know those times when you can't get the perfect curl, struggling for hours to get a mess on your head? Well, we have it here. The new AutoFix 9000. Engineers to create the most perfect curl without you touching your car. Buy now for $9.99, 99 cents. 08. I'm here to talk to you about the Rubin Institute for Advanced Orthopedics in Baltimore, Maryland. In August of 2014, I had total knee replacements on both of my hips. Look at me now. 10:09. This is the only fix I have, so I'm good to it. I give it a moisture massage with the Moisture Lover. It's new from Clairol. I put the moisture in here, and these bristles, and massage into my skin. I tingle, I glow, and I feel pretty. The Moisture Lover from Clairol. 10:10. This is the old way to take off your nail polish. Twist your nail polish remover. Don't take it off, twist it off. 10:11. 2.7 million animals are euthanized every year. ASPCA is not leading the euthanasia of animals. Go online, register, and donate today, and you can save an animal's life. 10:12. Do you have Rhode Island? Try vaccine lip therapy. For soft loneliness, vaccine lip therapy.
And welcome back. Now we're going to talk about the commercial section of Barbizon. All of you ladies did a commercial.
Yes.
Did you want to do it for us now?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's start on that end.
Okay. Have you ever felt sad and depressed and even dead inside because you lost your phone? Well, not anymore. With the new and improved medicine, no phone, it's okay. You'll be back to your happy and old self in no time with the help of vitamins A to Z. Small side effects may include cold, flu, cancer, tumor, death. Call 1-800-NO-PHONE. It's okay to get your very own medicine for 2 for the price of 3. What a steal.
I have a secret, more like an addiction. All I do is shop. I can't help it. But the thing that makes it worse is the store, H&M. They have everything, from dresses to shirts. The clearance rack, H&M. My secret addiction.
The first look that anybody will ever see of you is how you dress, the way you carry yourself, and your fashion. Well, don't you want clothes that fit you? For men, women, and children of all shapes and sizes, shop at Forever 21. We have clothes for you.
So with my commercial, I was the first up. I was a little bit nervous, but I think I did pretty good. I think it was about an energy bar, but I'm not sure. How was yours?
I was probably one of the last ones because we were going by number and mine was 620. And I was scared because it was a big crowd and I had a big TV of my face behind me. It was very nervous, but I got through it and everything worked out right.
I think I was like one of the last people, but my fear kind of went down when I saw people in my group keep going and going, and I'm just like, oh, she's not nervous anymore. So like, it's okay. Just take a deep breath in and out, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, I agree with you. But my experience with the with the commercial, was that it was very nerve-wracking. I'm pretty sure not just for me, for everyone. And it was, but it was a great experience. And like seeing everybody up there, as they said, it really encouraged you. And it's like, oh no, it's not. It's okay. But it's just like speaking. And so that really gave me a lot of energy and support. And it was just a really great experience. I would do that again.
I think I actually remember yours from the competition because it was funny. You're welcome. Okay, well, we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. all involved in Barbizon, and we have a little clip of us all walking the runway. Why don't you tell us about your experience at Barbizon?
I want to be an actress and a model at the same time, but every time I go somewhere, they tell me that I can't walk the runway because I'm 5'2". But I actually found an agency that will take me because they have models 5'2" and under that walk the runway. So that's one thing that never lets you bring down.
My experience from Barbizon was amazing. I personally think Barbizon is good for younger men and women, but especially women, because they teach you how to be matured and get to an older little woman.
My experience with Barbizon was great. First of all, they teach us everything you need to go if you want to be an actor or a model or both, like she said. So it's really good that you were prepared for both careers and that you learn the manners and you learn how to walk the runway, and then you'll be prepared if something comes up and you are taking the job of a runway. And yeah, I'm facing your problem too, because I am short. I am 5'2", so I can't walk the runway.
So basically, don't ever let anybody that says no stop you.
Because it's possible.
Definitely. So what's the main thing you want to focus on with your career in acting or modeling?
Mostly film, movies, and magazines.
Mine would probably mainly be runway and theater acting.
Mine would probably be host and film actress, and maybe a little print modeling.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You said magazines too. Barbizon, I think, is really good if when you start, you don't know anybody, so everyone's nervous, but then by the end, you're all sisters and best friends that you'll have for the rest of your life. So I think it's very good with that, making friends, and like Chocho said, with Elegant, and they teach you how to walk on the runway as well.
Junior Fashion Runway Division. Without any
Well, we're gonna wrap it up, but did any of you girls have any last things to say?
Well, for any teens out there, if you're ever being bullied, never let that bring you down. Always stay focused in school because no matter what in the future, you're going to be the one that they're looking up to.
All the teenagers out there, haters are gonna hate, just stay focused like she said. And like you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to as long as God is with you.
I just wanted to say that even though the hardest days, everybody have hard days, but even the hardest day have bright spots. So just look at the bright spots and you'll feel better.
All right, thank you for being part of the show. All right, well, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next time on Teen Scene.
Your hand on your mind when you fall.